Now, so that's halfway. We'll get to chapter 21 later. You can watch it tonight, sitting in your easy chair. Because it'll be wherever they stream stuff from. But looking at this reminds me of the last Christmas concert that I was at here at Calvary in 2016. It was called Season of Hope. And I remember Mark told me, he says, you're in the schedule, but you're not at the end. You're somewhere in the middle. And he gave me this, and he said, you have only exactly 3 minutes. He said, and he told me that like in September, and he told me that in October, and then he told me that in November, and then he told me that every time I saw him in December. He said, you only have 3 minutes. So I really worked. I wrote every word I was going to say down on a piece of paper. It was Season of Hope, and I was supposed to condense the gospel down to this inside of walking out and finishing in 3 minutes for the flow of the thing. So I really worked on it. I don't think I ever worked on a sermon longer than the Season of Hope sermon, to reduce down the gospel and everything in 3 minutes. And I didn't think anything of it. I obeyed. And I came out and poop, talked and boom, left. And I didn't even know what they did with it. And one of our faithful servants clipped that out of the concert, posted it on YouTube. And about a year later, we were already on the mission field. I get this note. And a lady said, hi, you don't know me, but I was sitting on the London Tube, that's the subway. And she said, I typed into Google hope or Season of Hope or I want hope or something. And she said, you came up. And she said, in 3 minutes, she said, you looked me right in the eye and you told me that if I wanted to meet Jesus Christ, he's just close enough, I can reach out to him. He's only an arm's length away from everybody. And she said, and you told me to bow my head. So she said, I had my iPhone in my lap, and so I bowed my head. And she said, you told me if you wanted to reach out for Jesus, raise your hand. So she said, I raised my hand on the subway. And she said that I told her if I was really serious, just reach out to Jesus. So she said I was going like this. People are crazy on subways. Bonnie and I we were just on the subway in Beijing, and everyone was on their phone. Everyone, it was just like that. They were all looking down at their phone, except for one person didn't have a cell phone. She was 98 years old. Everyone else was on it. So I could just see this lady going like that. And she said, that was 6 months ago. She said, my life has absolutely changed. She said, I reached out to Jesus Christ. She said, I was a drug addict. She said, I was an alcoholic. She said, I lived for the concerts every weekend. She said, I got laid. That's her term. I got laid every weekend. Doesn't sound very positive to me. And she said, I'm writing to you because I realized, she said, it was sitting on that subway that I reached out and Jesus Christ grabbed me. And she said, thank you for making it so clear in 3 minutes. And I thought, it was right here. And every time I come here, I think about if you all didn't support this place and this staff and all this stuff, and if Dan Johnson hadn't tunneled underneath Drake Road to get the fiber optic cable, it would have never been possible to broadcast all this stuff. And God is using Calvary Bible. Did you know the primary thing we hear from is people watching Calvary services, clips of them? What are we trying to do? You and us. We're trying to tell people, God offers you a room at your Father's house. You got to reach out to him. God offers you a seat at his banquet. God offers you paradise. He's reserved a place. It's the only secure place. And he actually wants to walk you home. Do you think heaven is vital? Do you think about it all the time? It's very important to God, and it's central to how we can live for him in a way that matters forever.